part of my Schools Closed, Parents Survive and Learners Thrive series, I feel I should talk to you about using Zoom for virtual or remote meetings. Now, there are lots of different ways of having remote meetings, and I'll create videos about the other options. Zoom is just one of them, but I find it particularly robust and reliable. I've been using it successfully for a number of years now with my students, but there are times when my students or their parents do have problems using it. Firstly, it would be worthwhile explaining what a remote meeting is. In these times of quarantine and social isolation, they are perfect because they allow people to talk to one another, see one another, and share their screens with one another while being apart. I've used them in the past for both consultancy and for the follow-up on my touch typing courses. You do not need to have a Zoom account to attend a Zoom meeting, but you do if you want to host a Zoom meeting. While Zoom is a paid service, it's very affordable, but they also offer free accounts. You do not need to pay to attend somebody else's meeting, and you can host a Zoom meeting for up to 100 people for a maximum of 40 minutes using the free package. And for those of you that remember Scooby-Doo, where they always unmask the villain at the end, I thought you might enjoy this meme because coronavirus will have increased Zoom sales exponentially, I'm sure. Users normally first come into contact with Zoom when they receive a meeting request. So I'm going to talk you through what you need to do once you receive a meeting request in order to successfully get on a meeting. The person organising the meeting or the host will send a meeting request to everyone they want to attend via an email. I've always found it very easy to use Zoom, but that's because it's installed on my machine and I have an account. So to help, I want to simulate using Zoom for the first time. And how I've done this is I've sent myself a meeting request from a different machine to an email address that does not have a Zoom account to a machine where, as you can see here, I do not have Zoom installed. And this is the meeting request I've received. And when you receive a meeting request, you can accept, you can say you're not sure, or you can decline. And when you press accept, you can edit the response or just send a response, and that tells the person who's organising the meeting that you are going to attend. Now this meeting is due to start now, so I'm actually I've got 2 minutes, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this in 2 minutes, but let's try. So the first thing I would do is I would click on the link provided to enter the Zoom meeting. And it's now downloading and running Zoom. So I'm going to wait for this to launch. And because I'm in a hurry, because I want to get to the meeting on time and it doesn't seem to be launching, I'm going to say download and run Zoom. And here I see it's downloaded a file and it's already downloaded. I haven't stopped the recording. It's now here, so I'm going to click on that. And it's installing, and because of that it will be quicker next time. So I now have a choice to join with computer audio, which I'm going to take. You see my webcam is looking at the side of my head, and I'm going to test the speakers and microphone, because sometimes the problem we have is you don't have a microphone set up or you don't have speakers set up. So I'm just going to show you how to do this. Do you hear the ringtone? Yes, and they're the speakers I want to use. I could change the speakers, but I'm really happy with those, so I'm going to say that's fine. With those, so I'm going to say that's fine. And it's heard me, so I'm going to say that's fine. It's heard me, so I'm going to say that. And I'm going to join with computer audio. Join with, and I can say automatically join with computer audio. And I'm in. So now I'm in. I'm the only person on this meeting. I want to show you the other options available. So here you can mute. So if somebody comes in the room when we're on the webinar and you want to have a conversation with them without disturbing the whole webinar, you just click mute and it will mute you. And then when you want to speak, you can unmute. You can stop the video should you choose to, but more often than not, students start without the video on and they have to click that to start the video. You can invite other people to attend. I can't think why students would need to do that. You can have a look at all the participants. You can share the screen. Now that's really important, because if a student is experiencing a problem, if I have a Zoom webinar with them, they can share the screen and I can see exactly the problem they're having and advise them how to fix it. Here I use this chat box a lot. You can chat to everybody or just specific people, and I use this very often to say I can't hear you, unmute your microphone, or I use this chat box to send a link to a game that I want the students to play. So then they just click on this link and it will take them to that internet page. So that's very helpful. You can also record the session, so if you want to have a look at it later, you can decide to record the session and you can give me smiley faces. You can go into full screen mode, or you can end the meeting, which is what you do at the end. But I hope you agree that was easy, and I hope it is that simple for you. As I mentioned before, if you want to host a meeting, you do need to have an account. I think I've used up all my email addresses, so this is how you'd sign in. But if you needed to create an account, you just say sign up. It's free and it is extremely straightforward. I'm now going to sign in to give you a very quick look around. You can obviously change your profile as you would in any other program, but you can schedule a meeting. So let's go in and do that. I can give it a title, I can give a description, I can say the start time and the end time, the duration, which time zone, which it's worked out from my profile. Is this a recurring meeting? I always just get it to generate the meeting ID automatically. I don't tend to use passwords that you can. I automatically have it that the host and the participants video straight away, but you don't have to. You can just have audio meetings. I always use computer audio because I have a microphone on my computer, and this does tend to work the best. And then you have different meeting options. Once I save that information, it then asks me, do I want to use Google Calendar, Outlook or Yahoo? I use Outlook. And what it's done is it's created a meeting in Outlook there. So if I click on that, I am now in Outlook. I see the information that I typed in, and there is the Zoom meeting request and the meeting ID. And all I need to do now is invite attendees, and I can say whether they are required or optional. And once I've put their email addresses in, I press send, and that's where we started, by receiving one and clicking on here in order to enter the meeting. I do hope you're able to use Zoom successfully. If there are any other topics you want me to cover to help you survive the school closures, do let me know. If you found this video helpful, please do give it a thumbs up. If you would like to see other videos I create, please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell button in order to be informed when I create new videos. Thanks for watching.